All right, so today I'm out with Chris. I just talked with John, the vice president of XgenAlliance. So here's Chris.
Hey.
Tell me how XgenAlliance started for you.
I started out XgenAlliance roughly almost about a year ago. I started looking for civic groups to get together and kind of do things like we're doing here today at Honda Day in the Bay. And I was just kind of having a hard time finding people that weren't so, cool. Everyone's like, oh, you got to do this, to be part of my club. And I said, man, I want to make something and make sure that everyone that's in my club, they're all grown adults, make sure they do whatever they want to do with their car, and they show up and we have a good time. Most importantly, treat each other like family and respect each other's builds. So that's why I started this whole XgenAlliance.
How old is XgenAlliance? How long have you guys been?
About a year. About a year. When we first started, it was 3 members. I remember I was writing all over every single forum I could find that had anything to do with 10th Gen Civics. And I finally was like, hey, anyone in the Bay Area want to meet up, want to get some races, want to get together with some cars? And I believe I had Matt Porter, Lewis, and James Kahlo. We had like 3 people. And it was us 3 getting together for a while, and then little by little, as people started to see 3, 4, 5, 6 cars get together, they finally started again. It started to become a worldwide movement. Little by little, people were like, what is this? We want to be part of this. So I got together with some people, recruited some really important people in my group, and we made sure this became bigger than what we wanted it to be.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure now that the 10th Gen Civics are more readily available now. There should be more people wanting to join. How do people join? How do people
It's very easy. You can look for us on Facebook at XgenAlliance. You can look for us on YouTube at XgenAlliance. You can look for us at Instagram, Xgen_Alliance. Just DM us. We love to have people all over. We have really big chapters all around the nation. We have Florida, we have SoCal, we have everywhere, honestly. We have Wisconsin, it's a really big chapter as well. We have Arizona, Vegas, so they're really all over, man. We want to get everyone united and all be part of one team and one movement. And we all believe, again, that everyone respects each other's builds and just do it for the love of the cars and family.
So who can join? If somebody has like an 8th Gen or a 9th Gen, or can they join?
Yeah, so our Facebook group has been open to other members. They don't have XgenAlliance, they don't have 10th Gen Civics, because we believe that in some cases, most people, once they start to see how much power these cars are making, how fun they are, how the technology update is coming on these cars, they're going to want to trade in their car and upgrade to a new one. We don't want to turn anyone away. So if you have an XGen, if you have an 8th Gen, a 9th Gen, an older Civic, and you want to become part of this movement, we'd love to have you. We want everyone to show our name loud and proud, because again, we want this to be very big. We don't only want to involve our name within the car world, we also want to be part of the community and help out different organizations as far as community service and helping out with time and stuff like that. So
yeah, like a lot of people, they buy the XGen because they're coming from 8th Gens or 9th Gens, right? So they probably have questions. So it'll be a good spot, a good place for people to come and ask questions like, hey man, should I get an XGen or should I not?
Definitely.
Right?
So I came to the XGen from a BMW. This is actually my first Honda I've ever owned. And so far, I can say I've had a great time. I mean, so far this car reliably makes over 330 horsepower all the time, and I'm having fun with it all the time, and I'm on it all the time. So it's just versus to where other Civics, you'd go full bolt-ons and a tune and get only 30 or 40 horsepower. With these cars, you can crank it out over 100 and some horsepower, full bolt-ons and a tune. So, and just the stability, the way the car rides, the way the car feels. I feel like the stereo system this car it's equipped with is so much better than any other Civic I've ridden in. I actually work for Honda, so I've been inside of almost everything now. But yeah, so far I think this is by far the best Civic SI Honda's ever made.
All right, so behind you we have your Honda SI, your 10th Gen. Can you tell me more about it? What you done with it? How do you like it? And what things you don't like about it?
Okay, so first thing I want to say about this car, it is the L15 B7 engine. This is the first engine that Honda designed within this platform, as well as the base model Civic. This engine's a little bit beefier than the regular Civic because it does have forged crank and rods. It does have water-cooled pistons and sodium-filled valves. This car particularly does have the PRL Cobra cold air intake. It does have the CNT Racing catless downpipe. We have the 27.1 W1 turbocharger installed. The car is also running on the engine intercooler piping, and engine intercooler and CNT Racing intercooler piping. The Oso Sig Media, shout out to Oso Sig. The Oso Sig Media flex fuel sensor is also being equipped on this car, so it is running fully 85. It is meth injected. As you can see, a lot of people have been asking me about that. My meth injection is actually right here. It's not connected. We have yet to test with it. We haven't had the need to. We've been cranking out really good numbers and ran 12 seconds without it. So right now it is not hooked up to anywhere. A lot of people have been asking me about that, so there it is. But it is on the AEM. Honda Flash Pro is the tuning solution for this engine.
I was going to ask you that next, is the Honda versus K-Tuner.
Yeah, there's a big feud on that.
How do you feel about Honda and how do you feel about K-Tuner?
So I feel that with both companies, depending on what you want to get into your build, you're going to get reliable and great numbers. I also think after owning both, I'm actually raffling my K-Tuner away today here to a lucky person. I think after owning both and being on the dyno with both, to me, Honda is better. You want to make more power. You want to make good power and reliable power. You need Honda. I not only took that upon myself and made that decision, but my tuner also prefers Honda and the way the system works and the different features that solution offers versus the other, which is K-Tuner. So I had a great time with K-Tuner. I made my great power at first. This car actually did put down on a base map. It put down 246 horsepower, 291 foot-pounds of torque, with no tune, no nothing, just literally a base map and full bolt-ons. It also is on the Clutchmasters FX400. So, but like I said, after testing, after being at the track, after racing, after everything I've done in this car, I believe Honda is the way to go on these platforms. A lot of people are really stuck on the screen and the values you can see, but I think that there's more to it. There's more to it than just seeing numbers that a lot of people on this platform don't even quite understand yet. Some people don't really know about knock control, air-fuel ratio, short trim, long trim, PSI. So this motor is completely different to what any other Honda owner that hasn't modified their car has ever been through. So this is very different, but very good at the same time.
Who's your tuner? Who tunes you the 10th gen?
Yeah, so cars? The big tuner around this area, if you wanted to get a dyno tune, would be Anthony Medina. He's the tuner at Hybrid Works. He actually has his right-hand drive Civic right down over there. He tuned his car from 246 horsepower, which was my previous dyno base pull. We were able to make 318 horsepower, 328 foot-pounds of torque. And we are still on medium boost. It's only on 29.7 pounds of boost. So we should be able to crank it up with no problem. I've talked to other people that have had a lot more dyno time with these cars, and the car still has a potential of another 30 to 40 horsepower. I just haven't had time to get back on the dyno. I just got married and so on and so forth. But yeah, these cars do have a great potential. And Hybrid Works local. There's other great tuners like Daniel Butler. He's in SoCal. He's doing a lot of great cars. Durf Tune is doing a lot of good tunes. There's a lot of good tuners out there right now for these cars.
And Daniel Butler, he's the guy that tuned Oso 6.
He tuned Oso 6. Right? He tunes Oso 6. Last I heard of Oso 6, and now he just came out with the double trouble. So he has two different Civics, one drag and one like street, I guess. But last I saw in the street car, he made about 407 horsepower on Daniel Butler's tune. So that's pretty incredible out of a 1.5 engine with stock internals. These engines, like I said, they're holding up very well.
Yeah, I remember seeing Nick out there at Sac Raceway. I saw him run his 11.7 or 11.8. Yep. So that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, he did get 11. He was the first to run 11s in his car, and then his record was beat. But first one to do it, that's pretty awesome of him. He's got a great channel. Make sure everyone go follow Oso Sig Media. He's doing a lot of good things, and like I said, he just released his drag car, so make sure everyone go check that out. That Double Trouble. It's actually issued on a magazine on D-Sport. D-Sport released it, so a lot of cool stuff coming for the 10th gen stuff.
All right. So you said you have an upgraded turbo, right?
Yes,
so,
I do have the W1 turbo.
I think right here, is that the stock turbo right here?
That is the stock turbo these cars come with. So I believe it's about a 40 or 30 trim turbo. It is a Mitsubishi TD03. It did held up very well. I think I had this turbocharger on for probably about 16 to 17,000 miles, I want to say, somewhere around there. A lot of high boost levels. So this turbo, I believe the highest I got on the base map was about 25, 26 PSI. So that's a lot of boost out of that little snail.
Yeah, it is pretty tiny, and just for comparison, here's a water bottle. Let me put it right next to it. So that's how big that stock turbo is. It's tiny. How big is the turbo that you have on?
So the turbo that I have on the car is actually made by 27.1, which we would be able to see here in a little bit. It should be coming real soon. It is about 61% larger than the stock one on both sides, inducer and exducer. So I'm not sure. I believe they bore out the turbo. They pretty much re-engineer a whole stock SI turbo, make a bigger shaft, bigger bearings, bigger impeller, and bigger exducer. So, but it is a OEM drop-in turbo. So I mean, if you look at my car and you pop the hood, you had no clue that there was an upgraded turbo on that car.
So here's the 27.1 turbo.
Yep, 27.1 turbo.
Any fitment issues?
Zero fitment issues. I actually have my master tech right here. Rigo, he's actually the technician that helped me install this because, like I said, I work for Honda. We had zero fitment issues. There was a couple of changes that we had to do that the turbocharger itself came with. So there's like a Y fitting on the bottom for oil or coolant, I can't remember, under the turbo, versus to where the OEM is just one straight L. Now there's a Y to feed more oil because this turbo does come with bigger lines for the coolant and bigger lines for the oil.
27.1, their turbo, do they have pricing for that yet, or is it still?
They do.
Okay.
So their turbocharger is out and its release is the W1. It ships free shipping. I believe it's $1592. $1592. Now keep in mind the stock turbo on the SI will run you about $1,100. So if you were to go out and buy another turbo, it'd be $1,100, and you still have a stock turbo. So for $400 more, you have an upgraded turbocharger that has been proven to run 11 seconds.
That's awesome.
Yep. They've done a great job with it. Their R&D team is amazing. Vincent, which is the owner of 27.1, will be here later on. Should be actually rolling up very soon, so we can ask him any questions. But they do have an amazing R&D team. They have a great exhaust system, great intake system, and like I said, they're working on the intercooler, rear motor mount for the engine. So they're doing a lot of good stuff within this platform. They are truly redefining what the 10th gen market is.
All right, that's awesome. Thanks for showing us your car.
Oh yeah, thanks to you, man.
I know a lot of people like to keep their setups on the down low. But,
yeah. So this is one of the reasons why I chose this specific turbocharger, was because here in California, you know, you got to be really careful about when you pop your hood and what's under there. And there's other competitors on the market that do have great high horsepower, big boost turbochargers, but it's just too noticeable. I'm really a big fan of the low-key look. I'm Puerto Rican, and we just all like to be really low-key about it. I haven't really been on my channel because I want everyone to know what I've done and what not to do, and you know, problems I've encountered. But yeah, this is overall great turbocharger, great engine, and great car.
All right, last question. How much of a gap would you put on Big Red?
Oh, man. Big Red would put a bus gap on me, man. Big Red is too fast, dude. Big Red is fast, but I would like to see Big Red at the track. Man, that's a really fast car. That's a really fast car. But I would go out to the track and get gapped by Big Red.
All right, Chris. Well, thanks for the time, man.
Thanks, Tom. Yeah, you're awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to more updates on your car, and also XGen. We want to know more. I want the group to grow.
Yeah, definitely. Again, follow us on YouTube, XgenAlliance. You'll see me on there. You'll see a lot of guys on there. Follow us on Facebook, XgenAlliance, and on Instagram, Xgen_Alliance. You'll be up to date. With everything that we do, and it's just getting bigger and better by the day. Thanks to all of our subscribers, and thanks to everyone that's interested in what we're doing. You guys truly mean the world to me. So.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.